Welcome to this episode. It's our Italian holiday. You can see the van here. We slept here last night. This is the French Alps. We're just on the border between France and Italy. A stunning view to wake up to this morning. So we're currently down by Grenoble, just in the Alps on the French-Italian border, and today we'll be crossing over the border into Italy to start our holiday. We spent most of the day yesterday just driving through France. I think it was about 11 hours driving. I think we slept the night before, Saturday night in Arras, just outside Arras at an air. Made our way down here. It was a bit of a drive up this mountain, but man, the views are stunning, absolutely worthwhile. So yeah, the next couple of nights will be at a lake called Lake Porlezza, which is just north of Lake Como, on the Italian-Swiss border. And then we'll be making our way across to Venice, where we stay there for a few nights. So yeah, so carry on watching and just see how our holiday in the van, and see how it performs, and just see how we get on. I've got no idea how this is going to go. We haven't really got anything planned out, so yeah, we've just got a couple of weeks off here in Europe. Our first trip in the van to Europe, and so far it's doing all right. Anyway, see you in Italy. So we made it to Italy. It's pretty beautiful here, pretty stunning. In the intro I did say this was actually was Lake Porlezza. Turns out I was completely wrong. This is Lake Lugano, and Porlezza is actually a town sort of over that way. So sort of right, but wrong enough. So yeah, this is where we're camped on the edge of this lake. Pretty stunning. We're literally, you can see the van's just here. We've literally got one of the pitches right on the lake. Which is pretty incredible. So it's taken us about 28 hours to get here. Took us 9 hours on Saturday, including 9 hours travelling, including the Channel Tunnel, and then 11 hours travelling through France, and then another 8 hours yesterday to get us here. So it's been a lot of driving, but it's been well worth it. I mean, you can just see from the stunning scenery around me that it's absolutely incredible. I've actually been to this campsite a number of years before. A friend and I, we put 6,000 LEDs on a Beetle and did a rally that went through Belgium, Germany, Switzerland, Italy, and into Monaco. It's the Monaco or Bust Rally. Monte Carlo or Bust Rally, and we actually stayed here. So I'll put a picture up here of us camped at this campsite. It was, yeah. So it's fun to be back here. It's lovely. It's Camping Dana is the site, and it's full of people just, I don't know, just chilling, enjoying themselves. It's reasonably busy. I'd say it's probably, I don't know, 50 or 60% full, and you know, it's so tranquil. Just everyone's just sort of doing their own thing, but just quietly and calmly. It's really quite nice. So yeah. So next up, we're going to be making our way to Venice. For a few nights. So we've used Dana as a rest day, so we haven't actually done anything today. We just sort of sat and read a book and just taken a bit of time off from travelling. So we've got about another 6 to 8 hours, I think, to get across to Venice from here. It's actually taking longer to get around than we were expecting, because we're doing about 100 kilometres an hour, which is about 60 miles an hour. So I think Google is expecting us to do the speed limit of 130, so obviously we're doing 30 kilometres an hour slower than the speed limit. So actually it's taken us a bit longer, and the van's playing up a little bit. It seems to be using water for some reason. I'm not too sure why. I'm fairly confident it's not going into the engine, because the oil's not coming out milky. So you know, I'm not too worried. I'm just having to top it up every now and again. We bought some coolant from a petrol station to make sure that we're putting in the right stuff. So anyway, I'm not worried. It just means we're having to stop a bit more frequently than I think we would, just to make sure that the van's, you know, behaving okay. So but anyway, yeah, looking forward to getting to Venice. 3 or 4 nights there. So I think we'll leave it for here for Lake Lugano, not Lake Porlezza. Yeah, see you in Venice. We've left Camping Dana and we've arrived here now at Camping Silva. So this is the beach that is part of the lagoon that's right next to Venice. We're on like a peninsula that's sort of southeast of Venice. The campsite, which if I come around here, you can see this is the campsite just behind me. This is where this is where the van is. We're all a bit in like sardines really. We arrived yesterday and a few more people have turned up today whilst we've been in Venice. and I think because today's a public holiday that they're only going to be there's going to be more people arriving for the weekend. Today's Thursday, so I think we're going to get a lot more people joining and around us. So, but you know, it's all cosy. Everyone seems to be in nice spirits and just chilling and enjoying themselves, keeping themselves to themselves, and just, you know, quietly doing their thing, which is nice. So like I say, today we went to Venice, took a bus down to the end of the peninsula, and grabbed a ferry that took us towards St Mark's Square, and that was a really lovely trip. So we had a really lovely walk around Venice. We got there early enough that we sort of beat the most of the crowds. So yeah, it was really nice. Had a nice lunch in a restaurant. So my wife Sophie is a celiac. She's got a gluten allergy, and we found a really nice restaurant. Tried to find a gluten-free specific shop, but unfortunately it was closed. Today's a public holiday, so I think actually it was closed. But everything looked nice from outside the window. But yeah, we had a really lovely walk around. Went into a church and saw a Leonardo da Vinci exhibition, and saw a lot of the things that he invented, or maybe not invented but refined. So that was an interesting have a look around that. So yeah, so today's a lovely day. I mean, if you're thinking of bringing your camper van to Venice, I'd thoroughly recommend it. There's loads of campsites around here. There's, you know, you throw a dart at the map and you'll probably land on a campsite. So do your research and have a look. We landed on Camping Silver, Silver with an A rather than ER, and yeah, we quite enjoyed ourselves. We're here for 4 nights, so yeah, we've already had a night here. It's pretty toasty, to be honest. I had a look at the thermometer in the van before I came out to do this video. It was showing 31 degrees, so you know, we're in June, and it is a bit warm, and I think this is going to be the coolest part of our trip. Well, I say coolest, I mean, when we go further inland next week, we're actually gonna, I think the temperatures are going to rise, because we've got a bit of a breeze coming off of this lagoon, which is keeping things a bit cooler, which is quite nice. I can feel a bit of a breeze on my back at the moment. But anyway, so yeah, we're really enjoying ourselves. If you have any questions about you know, Venice, and don't ask me. I don't really know anything about it. I just had to wander around. We saw some. We just wandered around, really. We didn't really have anything in mind to go and see, but it was really nice. I'd say have a look at some guidebooks maybe, and pick out some things, but don't use Google Maps to find where you want to go. Like, work out sort of the rough direction you want to go, and then just sort of meander through all the little streets. That's half the fun. We didn't know it at the time, but we actually went down the smallest street in Venice, because it's the narrowest street in Venice, and we just stumbled upon it by accident. And one of the other tourists actually told us it was the smallest street in Venice, so that was cool. And just, yeah, like going down trying to find, you know, something that's not a dead end, and coming into these little squares. It's really magical. So I'd say, you know, use Google Maps to get a rough direction of where you're going to go, but don't follow it to the letter, otherwise you'll miss out on all the, you know, just the feel of Venice. So I'll definitely do that. So we're going to go in again tomorrow. So I think I'll split this into 2 parts. Please like the video, give it a thumbs up if you're enjoying what I'm doing, and please do subscribe to the channel. I'd love to grow it. And if you have any comments, then, you know, things that you think we probably should see the next time we come to Venice, or, you know, any tips for touring in Europe or in Italy, France, Germany, you know, please do let me know, and share them for other people to read as well. That'd be great. Anyway, I'll see you in part 2.